The midlife crisis is finally hitting me, I guess. Or maybe it's not. Maybe the internet just sucks now. I don't know. All I know is that lately I've been seeing so much stupidity. I don't know what's going on. A moment ago, I was watching a video by Omizi, who I'm not a fan of by any means, but he was talking about Nina Lin and content creators and how it's difficult to survive in the content creator space nowadays. And if you're an editor or you're working for a creator, they're probably going to screw you over. And I was watching the video thinking to myself, like, yeah, duh. These people have no business experience. They just got lucky. Some of them, most of them. Now, I'm not saying that not every content creator has talent. I'm sure a few people have talent. But overall, a lot of these people just got lucky. They've just been doing this for long enough that they've been able to get an audience. And that's fine. But let's not pretend that these guys are some sort of expert business entrepreneurs. It really annoys me when I go on and I see people talking about Kai Cenat or iShowSpeed or any of these people saying that they're like savvy business people. Like, they're not. They're literally not. They might be entertaining, you can say that, but they're not savvy business people. They're not professionals. So if you're an editor or you do work for content creators, you should expect to get screwed over. Why not? You're basically just working for a rando that just happens to have a camera in front of them. A guy like me. But at least I've done other stuff in my life, right? You know, life is a cruel joke. It really is. Everybody thinks that they're the hero protagonist of their story, but how many people really are the hero protagonist of their story? Not many. Most people go through life just being normal NPCs, myself included, and I'm relatively successful. I'm probably more successful than you. And I'm still an NPC. Think about that for a second. If a guy like me who earns mid-six figures, that has the luxury of life, is a loser and an NPC, what would that make the person who's working a 9 to 5 for $15 an hour? And I know a lot of you guys are going to call me an asshole for pointing that out, but that's the truth. That's the truth. Life is a game. And to win in this game, you got to get your skill level up. My girlfriend is looking at me like I'm crazy right now. But it's the truth. You got to get your skill level up. If you don't get your skill level up, you're going to fall behind. And that skill level fluctuates from year to year, right? It fluctuates from age. What is the word I'm looking for? Your group. I don't want to say generation. It's not your generation. Like your age range, your tier. Like a teenager who's making $500 a month is a baller. But a 20-year-old who's making $500 a month is a bum. And if you're 30, GG's, it's over for you. And yet, some people don't seem to understand this. A lot of people get stuck in a phase of life. They are unable to transition into the next phase. I've met a lot of people like this. And it always disappoints me when I, get some new friends and I hang out with them for a few years and I'm leveling up and I look back and they're still in the same spot. They haven't moved an inch. Same thing happened to me before when I was racking my money up. I saw that, the local car community was pretty lit and I decided to start going to car meets and I met a few guys. And in the beginning, we all had trash cars, garbage JDM cars. But eventually I progressed and they stayed in the same spot. I don't know if it's just laziness or if the people don't, they're really not motivated to advance in life. I'll never understand it. I think that a lot of people box themselves into a category though. And I've never been the kind of guy who will like stick to a certain category my entire life and just like not progress. And people will call me like inconsistent or, oh, this guy's bipolar. He changes his opinion so often. But you need to be that way. You need to be dynamic in this game because it's a cruel game. Before you know it, you'll be left behind and you'll be struggling in life and you'll be upset and you'll be frustrated with your situation. And you won't have anyone to blame but yourself. And The reason I said I'm hitting a midlife crisis right now is because I'm looking around and I'm seeing the content creators in the space, and I'm extremely frustrated by what I'm seeing because there's not a lot of people that are telling you it straight. There's not a lot of people that are going to tell you that there is no shortcut. But I keep seeing all of these videos that promise you a shortcut. Literally today, I saw at least 6 videos that promised a shortcut. They got a shortcut for everything. 3 ways to become a better speaker. 4 ways to become a bigger YouTuber. 6 ways to become an entrepreneur. And people fall for it. And maybe I am just becoming an older person. I'm over here, get off my lawn. Back in my days, we needed to do an honest day's worth of work. But it really is kind of bothering me when I go on the internet and every video is some bullshit. Every video is some guy who never did anything in his life, hasn't accomplished anything, telling you the steps to accomplish something, and then telling you that he has a course for $1,000 at the end of the video. And the thing is that people really fall for it. All of the lazy people that think that they're going to get an easy come up, they're going to find that fucking get out of jail free card video on the internet, and that's going to change their life. Don't get me wrong, on the video that I saw, there were like minor valuable pieces of insight, but it was just common sense stuff. It wasn't like anything that you couldn't figure out on your own. And also, don't get me wrong that there's no videos on the internet that are good. There are plenty of videos that will motivate you to go out and try something new and push yourself. But all of those videos, they tell you that it's going to be hard work. And I think that a lot of people, they don't want to do the hard work. They want to just wake up in the morning and scroll Instagram and consume slop, and then somebody's going to come and rescue them at some point. And it's not going to happen. It's just not. And the midlife crisis aspect of this video doesn't just come from the frustration of seeing the fake content creators, the scammers, and the grifters succeed at grifting. It also comes from me reflecting on myself and feeling like I'm not at the level that I want to be at yet. And to me, it seems crazy that I can turn on Instagram, for example, and see some guy making a video where he's LARPing. That's the new word they're using. Live action role playing as me. Literally. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not successful. I want to get to the next level. And this guy's LARPing as me. The entry-level supercar, the Amex Platinum. But everything was fake. And it's like, bro, imagine faking a lifestyle that's comparable to mine. That doesn't even make any sense. And, you know, this only works to impress people that are on a lower social status than you. I've said this already before. Having the supercar, entry-level supercar, having the entry-level $20,000 watch, having the mid-6-figure job, that doesn't impress real rich people. It doesn't impress really successful people. It only impresses people that are below you. So the only person who's getting an advantage out of this are the course sellers, because the course sellers are selling to the poors. They're selling to the people that are desperate. They're selling to the get-rich-quick fools. But if you're just a normal person, there's no point in aspiring to have that imagery because it's not going to help you in your journey. It's only going to hold you down. I learned this the hard way. Having the supercar is a crazy expense that is unnecessary. It's fun, and I plan on getting another one eventually, but it's unearned. And imagine I'm saying it's unearned, and I went out and I got the 6-figure job, and I busted my ass doing work and learning stuff. Imagine the guy who hasn't done anything. There are literal guys, teenagers, coming out of high school that think that they deserve a 6-7-figure salary and a supercar and a bad bitch right out the bat with no work, no effort, no life experience. And the smart ones that are actually dumbasses, but they're smart in a way, go out and start selling a course to other dumbasses that literally are in the same situation as them. And the problem is that the dumbasses that see these guys, they don't do the research into them, or maybe they do and they just don't care, but they sign up for the course and they pay the $500, $1,000, $200, $2,000, $300, $3,000, whatever the price is. to some guy who hasn't accomplished anything at all. It's crazy to me that you'd buy a course from a guy who says he's going to teach you about real estate, but he's never sold a house. He's going to teach you about entrepreneurship, and the only entrepreneurship he's engaged in is selling the course to you. And then on top of that, all of the grifters that we have on YouTube that are teaching you the new method, teaching you the strategies. The truth is, there is no fucking strategy, bro. The strategy is locking in, being disciplined, not listening to some other person. The blind leading the blind. But people aren't going to listen to me. You know, I think maybe it's my way of telling you what I think that makes people not want to listen. They're like, oh, this guy's a hater. It's not that I'm a hater. I'm just tired of the bullshit. I'm just tired of hearing the bullshit. I really am. And maybe it comes off as being a hater. I don't know. It's hard to tell from another perspective. But whether my tone of voice is condescending or not, you got to listen to the goddamn words. The problem is that some of y'all don't have the comprehension skill to even understand what I'm saying. So you just interpret it as hating. But I'm not trying to hate. I'm just trying to tell you, been there, done that. It's not going to work. You're getting scammed. You're the rube. You're the fucking mark. I don't know what language I need to say this in. And this is coming off probably as an old man rant. But like I said, midlife crisis is hitting double time right now. What can I do? I'm trying to warn you, but I'm also annoyed. I'm super annoyed. I just don't know how to save these losers from themselves. I don't. It's something that's, I don't know, late stage capitalism. I don't know what to call it. All I know is that it's annoying as fuck. I miss the days where you'd go on YouTube and you'd find like an authentic person, like what I'm doing right now, just telling you his thoughts. Doesn't happen anymore. Everybody wants to come on here. These are the 4 steps to become a YouTuber in 2026. I learned something that you won't believe. And it's like, bro, I don't believe it because it's a lie. Honestly, it's a lie. Anybody trying to do YouTube or start a business or do anything that they're planning on doing because they want to make money is going to fail. 99% of the time, you're going to fail. If that's your primary goal. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, it's not going to work out for you. I've learned this, and I'm going to learn it again and again and again. You know, people always say that the most important thing you need to have is discipline, and that's true. But you know what? I'm about to say that that's not completely true. More important than having discipline is having passion. Because if you have passion for something, you don't need the discipline. The discipline will come naturally. If you're passionate about art, you don't need somebody telling you you need to make art every day. If you're passionate about making videos, you don't need someone telling you you need to make a video every day. If you're passionate about fitness or entrepreneurship, you don't need somebody babysitting you and telling you what to do. If you find yourself in a situation where you're forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do because you're trying to get to a goal, you should stop what you're doing. It ain't for you. I became a software developer because I enjoyed coding. I became a YouTuber because I enjoyed making videos. I learned how to play guitar because I enjoyed guitar. I learned how to draw because I enjoyed drawing. Editing because I liked editing. Fashion photography because I liked photography. Nobody had to babysit me. Nobody had to force me to do it. I did it because I was passionate about it. And I guess that's why I'm going through this midlife crisis, because you guys suck the passion out of YouTube. You suck the passion out of content creation. You suck the passion out of interacting with people. Everybody's an NPC nowadays. There ain't no independent thinkers. And that shit is exhausting. It's exhausting. So I'm trying to do something different. I really am. I'm trying to just come on here and just be myself, vibe, tell you guys my thought process. And if you enjoyed that, then subscribe, because more is coming. We're about to open the goddamn floodgates. Anyways, I'm out.